My name is Karen Mackey. I major in French education and international studies. My most memorable experience learning French was when I was daydreaming one day and I lost my train of thought and I realized I was thinking in French without even realizing it. So I thought that was cool because I was like, finally I got it. Libellule. It means dragonfly. I just really like saying that word, but I also, dragonflies are like my favorite insect.
I'm Kiana Mart. I'm double majoring in international studies and political science, and I'm also working towards 2 different certificates, the bilingual studies certificate in French and also the international relations certificate. So my most memorable experience was actually a bad one. So in high school I took French and was completely terrible at it, and she would make us speak like full presentations in French, and it was only like our 2nd year, and I remember just getting up there and just failing. Like I didn't know what I was saying. I like read the book, didn't know what the book was about, and it was like an easy like children's book. And I was so nervous, but like now in college, like I'm using that experience to like be more prepared and working towards different goals and like understanding more like reading aspects and also how to speak it better also. So le pamplemousse, it's grapefruit. I was actually introduced to it in high school, and I always think of purple moose whenever I see it. It's not a common word, I just think it's a funny word, and it's also, you would think it'd be feminine instead of masculine, so I just think it's a funny word that you can never really forget.
My name is Abby Glom, and I'm majoring in psychology with a minor in French. My most memorable experience has definitely been my time abroad, because you really get to put the language into use. You get to see it kind of come alive versus when in the classroom it's just kind of, you're learning it, but then when you actually get to go out and practice it and use it, it's a really valuable and really enriching experience. My favorite French word, this took a lot, but my favorite French word is a word, it's dépaysement. And there's not really a word for it in English. The closest you could really come to it would be like homesickness, but it doesn't really have that negative connotation in French. In French it means more of being in another country and kind of just the feeling of being somewhere where you're not from, just being there basically. So I mean, it's more of a positive connotation, just kind of the experience of being able to go somewhere else, I guess. So.
I'm Catherine, and I'm a CSC major and a French minor. I have to say, going to France after my sophomore year high school, I got to stay with the host family, and it was a 14-day experience, and we stayed outside Nantes, France, and it was just a memorable experience, and I loved getting to experience the culture and learning, meeting people in France. I'd have to say Riz for salt, because when we were in Paris we went to a chocolate factory and one of the chefs asked us what ingredients was in the chocolate he was making, and I said that and he just gave me this funny look. It was embarrassing.
Hey, my name is Morgan Wagner, and I'm a psychology major, and I have a double minor in French and criminal justice. So when I was a sophomore in high school, I got the opportunity to actually travel to France. So just being able to like see the actual culture and like use the language that I'd been learning in the classroom was like nothing else, I guess, that I've ever had in school or like classes. My favorite French word is chouchou. It means cabbage. And I think it's just really cute, and it like the French use it as a term of endearment. So like instead of like your grandma calling you honey, she'd be like, "Oh, my little chou-chou." So I think it's really cute.
My name is Noah Levy, and I am a French major here at UWSP. My most memorable experience learning a foreign language would be probably when I took my first family trip to Disney World for the first time, and I remember being in this French gift shop, and there was actually a girl from Paris who was working the counter, and I took that opportunity to talk to a native French speaker. So I did. I talked to her in French, and she complimented me, saying that my French was very good and advanced, and that I was doing very well for my level and my age and where I was, so that really inspired me and helped continue me along my track. I love all the French words. It's such a beautiful language, but if I had to choose one, I believe my favorite would have to be l'appareil photo, which is French for camera, and I know it sounds so basic, but I love entertaining people, and I really want to be in some sort of entertainment business, whether it be YouTube or I was thinking about acting, and so camera really speaks volumes to me. Plus it sounds cool in French.